pressure from the fans, via injury, via just not having competent guys in place that can stay healthy. I mean, Cody Kessler's a concussion away from ending his career. I mean, seriously. Yeah. And we don't know what in the world we're going to have after that. So it's a risky thing with Mahomes. But I got a hot take on Mahomes, okay? I got a hot take. You ready?
Okay.
Mikey, hit the hot take button for me here. Going out on a limb, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Oh, that's so good. All right. Patrick Mahomes will be the second quarterback taken off the board in the 2017 NFL Draft. Thoughts on that hot take coming from yours truly, Rod? Is that absurdness in your opinion?
I would agree with you.
You agree? I
agree with you. I think he's going to go, but I think Trubisky's going to be the first guy taken.
You think Trubisky's the first guy? Okay.
I think Trubisky's the first guy taken, and then Mahomes is second. I think Watson's probably third, and Kaiser's fourth. But like we've talked, I mean these guys, depending on what you're looking for, they can almost seem to be interchangeable.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of the pluses and minuses.
See, I think Watson goes one, and then I think you see somebody take Mahomes, and then I think it goes Trubisky or Kaiser. I don't know yet what's interchangeable. I mean, Kaiser is coming up a little bit too in people's minds, just because once again he's more ready-made. He's got more arm strength. The questions there are more just about his ability to make the people around him better, right? But, himself and his own resume is, I think, has fewer flaws than maybe anybody else. The 4-8, to put that all on him, for me, I have a hard time with that. I don't think that is as legitimate as a claim as Trubisky's only starting, X amount of games, 12 games or whatever, and why didn't he beat out, the guy the year before, right? Or why couldn't he beat out,
right?
That dude, that beat him out the year before, right? And then, with Watson, I think that Watson's intangibles and his athleticism and will outweigh everything else. So I think it goes Watson, Mahomes, and then probably Trubisky, Kaiser, but I think that they're all gone in the first round. Do you believe that?
I'll be surprised. Yeah, I would be surprised if they're not all gone by probably the mid to late 20s. I mean, I would have to go down. Yeah, I would have to go down and look through where all the teams pick, but not having that memorized off the top of my head. But yeah, I would kind of be surprised because, like you were talking, there's a lot of teams that are going to be looking to pick that next guy, and this is probably a good draft to do it because these guys, most of them, do need probably a year before they could really start and excel.
Right. I mean, I'll give you this much towards your argument, Rod, that you continue to make to me, is that it is a challenging year to find your guy, right? It's challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Goes the Browns. San Francisco needs a quarterback at 2. I don't think they'll take one at 2. Do you?
I would kind of be surprised if they take one at 2.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't see anybody valuing anybody that high, I don't think. The Bears at 3, they need a quarterback, right? But probably not that high. Jacksonville at 4, they could move on. They potentially need a quarterback. Tennessee does not. New York Jets do need a quarterback, right? The Chargers are gonna need a quarterback in the future. Panthers don't. Bengals don't. Bills, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Where do the Bills stand on their quarterback? I mean, they spent the money on this guy, but they don't seem like he's the long term answer, right? Or am I
Right.
I
I
don't
think
know.
I think they're kind of like the Bears. They sign these guys. They have to ride them for a season or two. I could see each of those teams drafting a quarterback, but not in the top 10. I think the reality is that the Jets are probably the first team we're going to feel like, I'd kind of be surprised if they don't take a quarterback.
At 6?
At 6, yeah.
You
That's
think
probably
they
the first team I would. It would almost surprise me if they don't take a quarterback at 6.
Wow. I'm surprised. You may be right, but I just think that's way too high. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. But as we keep going down here, then you got New Orleans. They don't need a quarterback, but I mean, I can't imagine them taking a quarterback at all in this draft. Do you?
I think it's the same situation. They might be ready to pick somebody to be Drew Brees' successor, but they're not going to. It's not going to be top 10, not a top 10 pick.
Right, yeah. At 11. And then that pick, potentially could go to New England still. You got to keep our eyes on that. The Browns at 12. Arizona at 13. I think Arizona wants a quarterback, but I can't imagine them spending that high. I mean, when they're looking to try to win now, I just can't see them spending 13 on a backup quarterback. Can you?
I think. I think they're almost in the same situation as the Browns, as far as they might be willing to take their guy at that location if it's their guy that's sitting there. So if they love one of the 4 and he's there at 13, I could see him taking him.
Okay.
But I don't think they're just going to say, "Oh, we need a quarterback. Let's take whoever's left at 13." That's not going to happen.
I think they like Mahomes a lot, Arizona, and that's way too high to take him, I think, at this point. But like I said, second guy off the board, who knows? Philly, no, they don't need one. Indy, no. Baltimore, not yet, probably. Washington, no. Tennessee, no. Tampa Bay, no. Denver, yes. They need one, right? But probably not, like, in the first round, I don't think. What's the kid's name out there they're playing with?
Well, in Denver?
Yeah.
Well, they've got Simeon and Paxton Lynch that they took last year.
Right.
I mean, I would think they would want to roll with one of those guys this year.
I like Simeon, actually.
He played pretty well. Yeah.
He did. Surprisingly, he played well, and I think they can build on something there. Plus, they got Lynch sitting there. You're absolutely right. Miami, no. Right? Miami,
yeah, I don't think so.
New York, no, not yet. I don't think.
Probably not yet.
Oakland, definitely no. Houston, definitely yes. Seattle, no. KC, yeah. Kansas City's going to want to bring somebody in at some point. And then Dallas, no. Green Bay, no. Pittsburgh, potentially, but probably not this high. Atlanta, no. So, and then 32 is New Orleans again. Now, 32 becomes a point of interest if we look at, what's his name? Casserly here had a very interesting mock. Have you seen this yet? Charlie Casserly's mock draft yet?
I don't think I saw that, no.
Okay. Drew the ire. Oh, goodness. All right. Sorry about that. Mikey did something in my headphones. I don't know if you could hear that out there on the air, but scared the piss out of me. Get it together, Mikey. Come on, guy. All right. Number 1 overall, Charlie Casserly has, obviously, Myles Garrett going, defensive end, Texas A&M. The Browns, who are going to a 4-3 defense, get the best pass rusher in the draft, he writes, okay? So, and then we proceed to, let's see where his quarterbacks go off the board to. He's got Marshawn Lattimore going 5, Jamal Adams, safety at 6, Malik Hooker 7, Dalvin Cook 8, Derek Barnett, defensive end from Tennessee at 9, Mike Williams, wide receiver 10, Reuben Foster 11, and then he's got the Browns taking O.J. Howard, tight end, at 12. Howard fills a major need for the Browns. Quarterback comes later. Keep reading. So he proceeds on here, and he doesn't have any quarterbacks coming off the board at all until, still going, 26, 27, Deshaun Watson to Kansas City at 27 as the first quarterback off the board. Is that real, Rod?
No.
Is this going to actually happen? Is that potentially what could happen in this draft, that Watson falls to 27?
No. No way.
I don't think so either.
I mean, we both know the value of quarterbacks. It doesn't, teams are willing to throw 3 first-rounders at somebody to move up in the draft to get a quarterback who is seemingly marginal. Yeah. There is no way we're not going to have a quarterback taken until pick number 27.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? So here's what he writes, though, for them at 27 to Kansas City. Good landing spot here for Watson. He doesn't have to play right away, and Andy Reid has had success developing quarterbacks. I mean, that's true. But I just don't see him there at 27. All right. Anyways, 28, he proceeds tease Tabor. He doesn't have coming off the board till 29. I think that's late, too. Jabril Peppers at 30. Taco Charlton. I love that guy's name.
Great name.
At 31 to Atlanta. And then at 32, he has a trade. Projected trade with the Saints. The Browns trade into the 32. Doesn't say with what or how to take Mitchell Trubisky at 32. So he has the Browns getting out of the first round with O.J. Howard, Myles Garrett, and Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, I would be dancing in the streets, but to get him at 32, I don't know where he gets this info, but he really does not have he has only 2 quarterbacks going in the first round, and both of them in the late 20s. Is this a joke?
I think it's a joke. I mean, he can evaluate these guys and say that that's where they're actually, where their value shows they should be picked. But we both know that
overvalue. But we know that quarterback's worth more than that. Yeah,
they're just overvalued. I mean, well, whether you call it overvalued or not, they go a lot higher than what their just evaluation says.
And soon as, and we've seen this in the past, as soon as one goes, you're going to see a run on them because people panic on draft day, right? We wanted to get this quarterback. We thought they might fall to us here. They thought we thought we might be able to get, Davis Webb here or Mahomes here or whatever. But as soon as one goes off the board, they're all going to start going, in my opinion. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if Davis Webb goes at like 32 or 33. I mean, he's 6'5". I don't put him in the same category as the top 4, but he's definitely a project guy that, would fill the role of somebody, a team like the Steelers could develop or something like that, right?
Right. He's not far enough away from these guys to be, 2 rounds below them or anything. No. And he's similar to the other guys in that he's going to need some time. He's probably not going to start right away. So, and he has the tools. He's got the arm, and he seems like a real bright kid. So he could end up being the equal of these guys in a year or two, as well.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this. That's what I think about this mock draft. So, I wish it were true, Charlie, but I'm not buying it, bud. So let's get that out of here. Interesting stuff, though, as always. Somebody reaching out. Now, there was another piece done this week by one Rod Bluhm himself called Solving the Browns QB Conundrum. A two-piecer, my